Who are the CPC members?
95.14 million out of 1.4 billion Chinese people have joined the CPC.
Being a CPC member is not a paid occupation, nor is it a political position in a professional sense. They are ordinary people. They stay true to their original aspirations in the factory, the field, the mountains and beyond.
So when you say it's a merit science, it's your devotion, your dedication to science. In my opinion, I keep believing that for a scientist, you can only do the good science. As for what kind of science you should do, I always believe you should try to find your research topic from whatever the society, whatever the people need. That's very, very important.
Gao Fu's name is always followed by a series of dazzling titles. He is one of the world's leading immunologists, but in Gao Fu's view, he's still the same teenager who came from the county of Shanxi and stuck to his roots.
I came from a very small county. When I was 18 years old, I got into the university. My English is, I cannot count 26 letters. So I got to start from scratch, from the very beginning, for the English learning, step by step, like you said, and then eventually I end up in Oxford for my PhD. PhD in Oxford is called a DPhil. Then after my DPhil, I got another chance to move to Canada for 4 months in Calgary University. Then back to Oxford again, and then after that, I decided to move to study in the US. So lucky enough, that's ended up in Harvard for 3 more years.
In 2004, many people took it for granted that Gao Fu would stay at the University of Oxford in the UK as a lecturer and PhD supervisor, which is indeed a good option for many scientists. What was surprising was he chose to return to China later that year.
And then, after 30 years, why I decided to come back. I think there are always you have to find a reason why you don't want to come back. If you go home, have you ever asked yourself, why I want to go home? Have you ever asked your question like that? I don't think you'll never, but you think, I finished my job, I traveled somewhere, now time to go home. So China is my home. So if I go home, if I come back to China, I don't need any reason. If I don't want to come back, I need a reason, right? So because I needed to come back after my education, I can serve my parents, serve my family, and of course, you serve your country, you serve your people. So I don't think you need a reason.
After returning to China, Gao Fu's career progressed thanks to his excellent research capability and the favorable academic prospects in China. But it was at this time that he decided to support West Africa in the fight against Ebola. Why did he make such a choice?
Because that's my subject. My view about viruses. So any virus has no passport. Virus has no home country. Though it might be identified in a particular country, they don't hold a passport. They can travel anywhere. So if you want to get the virus down, you got to go to the original place where you found the virus. So in 2014, the Ebola virus was identified in West Africa. There, that's the front line. So we got to go there. I never think about whether I should go. I realized that's my subject, that's my scientific interest, that's my duty as a Deputy Director General, and that's really some kind of a task from my country, something we should do.
Rumors, misconceptions, prejudices, conspiracy theories and online slander ensue with the 2019 COVID-19 outbreak. This time, for Gao Fu, it seems there is more than just the virus to fight against.
I think last year when we had this COVID-19 pandemic, meanwhile we also we call it the infodemic. Infodemic is a word, it's information is combined with epidemic, so infodemic. For any public or ordinary people, they don't understand what is going on there. They are worried. They thought maybe, this will be the end of the earth, but by that time, think about it. So in my opinion, quite understandable. But in my opinion, my subject is pathogen related research. I think that's normal, but we could do something better. I think the origin of the virus, definitely it's a scientific question. If they want to say it's a leak or it's a man-made, there's no evidence. Science, it's always is your belief is evidence-based. You need evidence. So, in my opinion, I don't want to argue with this. That's only for those social media or maybe some politicians. They only want to do something on their own purpose. As a scientist, we want evidence-based. We want the fact. Go and work hard by using the evidence and to find out the fact. By then, the fact is a fact.
This year marks the centenary of the founding of the party, and as a CPC member, Gaofu wants to deliver the following message to the world.
I think when you think about the guideline principle or the mission of the CPC, it's very in parallel with the line of the United Nations 17 SDGs. It's Sustainable Development Goals. It's very important. You want to eradicate the poverty. I think that's what we are doing. We did a brilliant job, and also for the equity and equality. And equity, equality is the final goal for all human beings. We want everybody living a happy life. I think that's exactly the principle for the CPC. That's also the principle for United Nations 17 DG. So they always line together. So we are working together, as I said earlier, not just for ourselves. We are working for the whole population, for the mankind, and for the world. So from that sense, we are lining together.
If you read the party's constitution, you'll find serving the people as the top priority of its members' obligations. CPC members in every field put collective interest before their individual needs, which is leading the Chinese people to contribute to the miracle of China's development. During its 72 years of governance, the party has eliminated the country's absolute poverty in the world's most populous country and positioned it as the second largest economy in the world. The Communist Party of China is determined by its history and the choices made by the Chinese people.